at Bahrain. Under the lights. Yeah. For what is looking to be a great season ahead, if I could. Bleh, I'm dying here. I believe Gump is our first driver on the road to a run on board. Oh, we can only use these two apparently. We shall run on board with him, if I could speak English, through this lap. Unfortunately, as you may have noticed, our co-commentator from last race is not here, and I'm alone in the commentary box today. So that's unfortunate. He's racing today instead of joining us in the commentary box, but we'll have a look here at Gump. Probably takes a little bit too much curb there on the inside. Very much getting a little bit wonky there on the in the second and third corner. Braking out just before the 100-meter board. Very, very cautious there. Oh, he turned in way too tight. Messed up his exit a little bit. And through the sweeping right-left, that just looked fairly good. Maybe he turned in a little bit too early there. Into the apex. Hits it nicely. Drags the car out wide. Now, going into the very difficult braking zone. Lovely line through there. Could have been a little bit closer to the apex, however. Now coming down onto the back. Straight, using DRS. Excuse me, my throat's a bit sore. Coming into the quick left. And then through here. Will he be flat through the fast right? Not quite. If you get the setup perfect, you can go through there. It doesn't go too wide there on the entrance, which is always an interesting way to go. And sort of breaking a straight line, but touch the curb as you turn. Going into the final corner now. Braking 100-meter boards, get it chipped in, and then just follow the curb around. Probably could have been a little bit faster through there as he comes across the line. To set a 131.6. Skillet now, our former co-commentator, as Jets Cooper joins the race. But Skillet goes first with a 1:31.3. Very decent lap there by him indeed. And I'm hitting the wrong button. Screenshots go everywhere. Oh dear, it's not gone well. Watching S-Cube, as he's on an in lap at the moment. He's second currently. Nick in third. Crystal in fourth. Leadcake's in fifth. Sumpster in sixth. Gump in seventh. Ian, or Chinadak, I'm just going to call him in 10th. Vioxic, a slow lap there for Vioxic in 11th. Bahamut in 12th. Phil in 13th, again a slow lap on the softs. Wombeto in 15th. Milik in 18th, I don't know why we'll go here. Milik with a slow lap, he was one of the quicker drivers last race as he just done an extra warm-up lap maybe here. That final corner looked a little bit wide. See what's going to happen. He comes down now to set a lap to go P2 on softs. That is very impressive there. Looks as well. He was third there. Softs. Very interesting. Fifth for Vioxic. So presumably they haven't done their laps and it's just come up that they've just come out. So it's laps. Son of the King. Watch him through the final sector. As he hits that braking zone actually quite nicely. It's the apex. Carries the speed through. See where he's going to go with that lap. It's actually quite a slow lap now I look at it. 14th position for him. Take a quick look at our timing so far. Some from Ujuzi. Skillet in the lead. From Milik by 4/10 only though. And Phil as well in a very, very respectable third place. 8/10 off the leader on the harder compound. S-Cube in fourth for second off on softs, but who knows, it's only one lap so far. Track's very busy at the moment. Who's not gone out? Salah, Karnak and DTNX and Rage have not set a lap time yet. Which is interesting indeed. Because there's a couple of drivers in there that you would be expecting to go for something quite big. So watch Zed takes. He's on his lap trying to get into the top 10. Missed the apex slightly there, but it's not going to worry him too much. He's quick through there. Oh, he just about keeps it. And he's wide out. Again, missing the apex slightly. Now onto the back straight. He's got quite a bit of speed. The Sauber very kindly gets out in front of him. Hits down at the 100-meter board. Braking in. Third gear. Accelerating on the corner. Started to be a little bit of a loss on traction there, but could just be that he's high up. And he stays in P11 for the time being. Samster just about makes it into the pit lane there. Bahamut, who's coincidentally the fastest driver in the straight line, 15th place, showing that this track isn't always about top speed, which is what people do sort of think when they see this track, but not always, I would say. Or he could have just got a massive toe down that. Salah's now on an outlap. Let's watch him. Just the veteran from last season, now driving the Ferrari. A bit different from his Force India that he had last season. And his teammate as well, SQ, two very strong drivers. Probably going to go for this Drivers' Championship, but that's not going to help him on this lap, is it? Running a little bit wide through the final corner, not getting the best launch. As he crosses the line now to start on his flying lap. 213 before he breaks down heavy into the first corner. Gets the car turned in. Now through the sort of opening sections there to open up the straight into corner 4. Again, you want to just be hitting 100 meters there. He's quite late, but it's worked out very nicely for him. He's hit the apex slightly, extends there, but the game will allow him. Cuts in there nicely. 4th gear, gets the car turned in. It's flat through that third bit even as well. Now coming into corner 9, is it? No, I don't know. A corner, but it's right-handed. I think this is the 9 and 10 complex here. So, gets it in, drag it out wide, turn in, miss the apex slightly, but it's alright. Gets on a bit of a curb. As he now launches himself down the back straight into the fast left corner where he goes into 4th. Keeps it nice and tidy through there. Around through the fast right-hand corner where you want to take it flat, but it's going to be difficult. Yeah, he takes it a little bit tight and runs very wide actually, even though he did lift off quite a bit. Misses the apex there through the penultimate corner as well. Coming down towards the final corner now. Gotta keep your eye on the 100-meter board. He turns in a little bit early, corrects it, and not running as wide as he did on his setup lap. It's going to be alright, that. It's going to be a 132.4, getting him 12th place. I'm not sure if Salah will be happy with that one or not. So have a look what's happened at the front of the grid. DNX Rage has actually set a massively good lap there to get himself into 2nd place. Only a couple of tenths off his countryman in Skills in Germany. Can see here, very mixed nationality grid actually. I would say got quite a few people from quite a few countries. Very nice to see such a big variance here. So let's watch. Oh, I wanted to watch Samster. There we go. Is he starting a lap? Don't know. Let's have a look and find out. He seems pretty quick. P14 at the moment for Samster. It's not too bad, to be honest. He locks up. Oh, that's not Samster. It's Z takes. I think we've already watched a lap of him, but we'll watch again. I think he might have messed that one up already. I'll be honest, let's have a look for Samster then. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. Here's Samster here. 16th for Samster at the moment. As you can see there his cute little face. Or at least the face he chose for his career. Comes through. Going down to 1st there, wow. Gets the car turned in. Short shifts into 3rd. Onto the back straight, getting the DRS open. nice and early. So I'm aiming for points here, I would imagine. As he touches the curb there to run wide. He's actually ghosting there for some reason. And his teammate's getting in the way of all people. Oh dear, and now it's really throwing him off for those penultimate 2 corners. And oh dear, it's a difficult section there. But you've got to jump out of the way, especially when it's your teammate coming behind you to set a faster lap. Or a fast lap. That's definitely going to compromise him. You see that? I think he lost maybe about 1.5 seconds. It's still going to be an alright lap, actually. I don't think he improves, does it? On 16th place. I think there he would have lost maybe about 1 to 1.5 seconds, so that could have put him somewhere 7th to 8th, I believe. So that is pretty big there for Samster. And Phil has set a quicker lap up front as well. Let's try and have a look at the little bit more forward end of the grid. Nick, there's somebody who was fast last race, and let's see, he's coming now to start a quicker lap. Let's see, we'll watch from a little bit of a different view here, why not? He might have actually set a lap there. He has, because he's gone very wide there, and that's that lap all but over. The next Rage is on an out lap at the moment. Vioxic starting or finishing his lap, I wonder. Did he drop down another position there, Vioxic? It's a first sector there of 28.9 seconds. It's an interesting camera angle there, isn't it? That's pretty nice. Definitely looking alright, Vioxic here to score decent points in every single race. Unfortunately, his teammate Aiden could not make it to this one. Fifth quickest in the speed trap, which I'm sure is the stat everybody wants to know. Still going to be fairly equal in the speed trap anyway. He takes a very massively wide line there, just to carry the speed through of 40.2. Second sector split there. Very nice through there as well for Vioxic. As now he heads down towards the final corner, or penultimate, depending on your view of this final little kink. But it is a corner, yes. But is it really? Is it really though? But anyway, he goes into the pits, so thank you for Vioxic. We just watched an in lap. That was very nice of you. DNX Rage, the man we said was preparing for an out lap, is now on set flying lap. Let's have a look here. On the onboard shot, from breaking down. A little bit tentative, maybe. I think he could have broke a little bit later. It's alright. Not the end of the world. Clipping that apex nicely. Opens up that second point. A little bit of a lift through the third. I thought he might have been able to keep that flat to the ground. Turn-in's pretty nice. Gets onto the power. This is where we'll see how great his time is. Gonna be. Oh, he hooks that up very nicely. If you're gonna be critical, he takes a little bit too much curve, chucks the car up, but that is not something to be too frowned upon that lap. As Ian retires from the session. Will he take this flat? Oh, maybe a slight lift there. As Jezza Cooper. What has happened here? Well, that's interesting. Hopefully, when we change people, that will stop happening. Oh look, it might only happen on DNX Rages. Car as he goes P2 with that lap. Vioxic also retires from the session. Phil on an out lap currently. His skill as well in a flying lap. P4 for the lad. It's that AP. Oh, he's run wide. That's gonna hurt. Samster retires from the session. Also. Skillet now. It's the apex. Runs wide. Oh, it's a poor final few corners. Since we started watching him, he has been cursed. As he now goes towards the line. P4. And that'll be his final lap as well. So let's see who else is still on a lap at the moment. We've got Phil, who's coming in, I believe, for his car that's still going absolutely mad right now. I think Phil might be on a let's start an outlap. He locks up massively there coming into the final corner. Driving Kevin Magnussen's Renault. Funnily enough. So now he starts his final attempt to move up the positions in this Formula 1 qualifying session. A big lockup, double lockup. Seen a lot of people taking way too much curb there, I'll be honest. S-Cube retires from the session. Haven't seen much of S-Cube thus far. So we'll see what position he is. Again, another big lockup from Phil. He's really attacking this maybe too much. But we'll see. Opens up the corner nicely. Oh, and he's cut it! Let's try find him. Oh, but who's that? Okay, some random has joined. That's a bit worrying. We have it on friends only because last season we had an issue where somebody joined, somebody left and then couldn't rejoin the race, unfortunately, so we introduced that so they could rejoin, but obviously it did make me stop reading there for a second. Karnak indeed. Haven't seen much of Karnak either thus far, as we see Phil now running towards the line. It's sorry, wrong chat from Karnak. There it is now. We run towards the line. He goes P2. Very good lap there from Phil. Everybody else on track at the moment. DNX Rage. Hopefully he will retire soon so we can move on to the main spectacle of the race. That's the cut section music. Very impressive indeed, I know. Let's see if he wants to quit here soon or what's going to happen. Well, that's happening. We've got race director, can't we? And we can see the grid. Milk from Phil, from DNX Rage, from Skillix, from S-Cube, from Vioxic, from Ian, from Karnak, from Crystal, from Storm, from Nick, who seems to be a little bit slower than he was around the pre-season. Session ready. No idea what you're on about. He needs to retire. If somebody's watching the stream, he'd tell him he needs to retire. Otherwise, they won't move on. It's a stupid glitch with the thing. Nick from Stumpster, from Wombu, from Yarm, from Salah, from Zedtakes, from Gump, from Bahamut, from me. Let me see, can I find my phone so I can message somebody? I can't. Give us 1 second, everybody. We can message him straight so we can now, which is wonderful. Oh, never mind. It's gone through anyway. There we go. I'll take a screenshot of that. You guys have already heard the grid, obviously. So, 18 runners in this race. It will be an interesting one, that is for sure. Karnak starting on the soft tyre. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Now, okay, we do have a pre-race interview that was put on the forums earlier this week. A couple of responses, a couple of people who haven't said anything. Can't skip this for some reason, I don't know why. is just absolutely brilliant. Let's have a look. So, Z-Tight says his goals for the season is he's not really sure. He just wants to see how the first race pans out, and we'll see from there. And, no, the race is going to start in 20 seconds anyway, so... Oh, God, I haven't really thought this through, have I? I'm not sure how we're going to start. Once again, it's going to be issues. Can I pause it here? Can't. No, don't quit the menu. That would be bad. Customize controls, control schemes, keyboard. Not a keyboard though, is it? Keyboard. It says all on, please. So for some reason, we're having to use our wheels still, even though at the moment, right, you know what we'll do? We'll just pause it and let our AI drive round. I think that's probably the best option. Let's see, have a look here. Who else said? Samster. He said he puts his money on Karnak for the champion this season, but both Milik and Nick were quick in the pre-season, so it is a couple of interesting things. Milik is definitely looking for some podiums, and he wants to see how his pace is with the others before he thinks about what his goals are for next season. And he's saying, favourite for the championship. Karnak and Nick looked competitive, and so will Skillick now that he is racing. Long for himself as well. Oh, what have you done? You gotta keep that on. So yeah, there's a couple of people. There's a couple of people there also who have missed out. The question was, how was the pre-season race for you? A couple of people just going through there. Disappointing qualifying for Z-Tykes indeed. I'm not sure where he's qualified this time. And a big lock-up for Milik that cost him a chance at last season race. As hopefully this season we can have some nice racing indeed, as I believe this is my cue to untab myself and get ready for the race. And good luck to everybody. So we're going to start off here. Hopefully when I retire we will bring out the safety car or something like that. I haven't really thought this through, I'll be honest. Oh, bastard. Retire from session. Okay. That's so stupid the way it does it. I just want to see what's happening in the first corner. There we go. Oh, there's contact. Broadcast view. Some cars go very wide indeed. As we look down the safety cars come out. Ah! Yeah, we need a way of testing that. Somebody else is going to have to host, I think, for that one, and I'm going to have to quit during qualifying, I think, which is unfortunate. It's just a little bit stupid the way it won't let you retire before the race starts, as we were looking for a very nice run as well. It does really ruin the first lap, I'll be honest. It is a little bit stupid. I mean, why can't you spectate before the race starts? I'll never know. But that is very annoying indeed, because it was looking like we had a nice little race going on. So we can have a look at our race director to get the position so far. Skill that actually manages to get up into first place. Wow, I think that was from 4th on the grid. Milik, Phil, S-Cube, DNX Rage, Vioxic. Nobody really went completely wide. It was very cautious through the first corners, which is always nice to see. But like I said, it is unfortunate that F1 don't have a way to spectate, which is a little bit stupid. Given the fact they want people to watch and see anybody going in the pit lane. Milik dives in, realising his mistake from last race, as well as Force India dive into the pits. A couple of people stay out. I think one of the people who will definitely stay out is Karnak, as he qualified on medium tyres, which is a little bit unfortunate for him because that means his strategy is a little bit void. But is what it is. Yeah, for next race, we shall find somebody else to host the lobby, and I shall leave during the first what do we call it? During the practice session, we'll stop the stream and then restart it for the race. It's a little bit sad, but unfortunately nothing I can do about it because F1 don't have a spectate thing. So yeah, a little bit dull point of the race at the moment, which is unfortunate. As safety car is out, we need to think of a way to do it. It's either don't do a safety car, or like I said earlier, have somebody else host. As somebody's messaging me on Discord, which is very annoying because I can't actually. I don't know why. It's probably somebody. I've only got one thing on Discord that should be on mute. I don't know why it's there. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Hey Fanta! Ruining our stream. As per usual. Hey Fanta is he's an owner at Lithium, who I drove for in the Assetto League. Is nice. Safety car got its lights flashing at the moment. The race is still to go on currently. So in case you haven't seen the season list of where we're going to go, we're starting here in Bahrain for obvious reasons, as we are driving there currently. Makes sense, I'll be honest, it makes sense. But as we continue throughout the season, there is more races, as it would not be a season if not. Next race is the Hungaroring in Germany, then up is the Circuit of the Americans in America, would you believe? Then Monza in Italy, Silverstone in the UK, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Canada, in Montreal, Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, and Suzuka in Japan. And rounding out the season in the Autodromo Just Carlos Pace in Brazil. Probably butchered that, but that is the way we are going for it. This has to be surely the final lap of the safety car before it decides to pull in. We'll have a little speed test to use. Internet's good, like I say, so we can continue this season without this being a play again issue, as they say. It's a little bit stupid in my opinion, but oh well. So, hopefully the safety car will be in this lap so we can get back to what we all have came for. A little bit of racing, that is. We'll move ourselves forward up the grid to... oh yeah, what has happened here to Ian, as he is last place on the medium tyres? Controversial there, indeed. There's no gap to the safety car yet. Oh, come on! Safety car's lights are out, and that means racing can hopefully resume. His job now is to back up the pack, and then once he's ready, he can light her up and go. I think he's just floored it, to be honest, which is not a tactic I'd use. I'd try and properly bunch everybody up and then light her up when you can. It's also a bit stupid. I don't like how it binds you to drive so slow. I think it should be your own skill, especially if you want to drive something in a league or something like that. As we are off, there's a crash already down at the back. I didn't see who that was. I think it was a Force India driver. Skill off to a very good start indeed. As now it's gonna, the camera's gonna pan onto him into the first corner. Here we go. Let's try to have a look further down the grid a little bit. Contact. Oh, the Mercedes not seen there at all. Yamalenko as well, pretty far down. We'll look at the front of the grid. But still there, able to go quite far ahead. We'll have a look on the view from Samster, why not? He's in 5th place, a good start for him. He hasn't pitted yet though. He's going to be looking to gain a position. Stel just had a bad restart there. Quite a couple of people behind him. Move up to 3rd so we can have a look at the leaders as well. Next Rage. I'm just going to be here thinking, when can I make a move? Samster might be the one who's closest to a move. Maybe not, okay. S-Cube at the moment. Obviously got a strategy in mind. Hasn't changed tyre as of yet. It's going to be very testing to see will he be able to in any positions. We're looking here for a position to be made. Milik fighting his way through the grid on medium tyres. He's into 6th place. That's pretty good. He's not leaving much room behind him though. Jesus. So further up. S-Cube. Is he in striking distance? We're about to see. I think he needs to give it a little bit of time. He plays it smart. He doesn't go for it. Or they just tuck back in behind him and try get him down this straight. Skillet, very, very impressive not to be scared into making a bad decision there. So he stays in the lead of this race. Samster Holden actually has grown quite well. He's got a bit of a gap to Milik. Phil struggling on the medium tyres. Oh, Wombo there. He gives the squeeze on Salah, who's behind. Salah now goes to the outside. We have to go to the broadcast view as we're hitting all sorts of buttons and they're all wrong, I'll tell you that much. Broadcast view now as we see Vioxic overtake Mercedes to move himself into 10th place. Again further up the grid towards S-Cube. The front trio, currently not a lot of gap in it. I'll be honest, I think it's about 1.5 seconds between them. S-Cube might have a shout into the first corner if he gets a decent run out of here. No DRS as of yet, so he might give it a wait for the next lap. Skillet gets a nice exit, so I don't think S-Cube's going to be on the back of him here, I'll be honest. And DNX Rage has fallen off quite considerably. There's stumps to that. A couple of gaps now beginning to emerge. I think S-Cube might have a shout here. Just sort of go here onto the side-on view, which is a view I actually like quite a bit on this. You can really see as he's really has caught up to Skillex here. Skillex not getting quite great on the apex there. He runs a little bit wide. This could be a chance for S-Cube. He looks to the inside. No room there. Smartly played by two drivers who know now isn't the best time to go for a lunging move. You see a little bit of the line. He's got DRS now. He's not getting in the slipstream though, which is a little bit strange. He's trying to cool his tyres maybe, cool his brakes, something like that. As he's feeling the pressure, he's run out wide there. S-Cube with a little bit of a lift on heavy fuel. Skillet still maybe in qualifying mode. Doesn't really do it, but S-Cube maybe not getting the best exit there. Again, maybe he's trying not get in the slipstream to fall a little bit further behind so he can get a good run through the final corner without trying to think of, oh god, I'm going to go in the back of him. But we'll have a look now. He should be able to make a move into the first corner. Skillet goes defensive. Very early, actually, there to go defensive. And S-Cube on the outside. And does not make the move stick. It's not even side by side into the second part. Very good defensive driving from our race leader today. As now S-Cube might look to the inside. There's no room there. There's still nip and touch here. S-Cube gonna go for the move somewhere else maybe. He's lost a little bit of time through there. Been in the dirty air. He goes very close to Skillet there. Maybe he's going to launch himself with a good exit through here. Oh, and that's going to help him. Skillet runs very wide indeed. And S-Cube inherits the lead and DRS to make sure he's made a small mistake there. And that has cost him the lead of this race. S-Cube inherits the lead from Skillet, but now Skillet is chasing and is taking that corner well faster. But he's really messed himself up for this apex. And that could be S-Cube away, to be honest. And in the meantime, Karnak has made his way into P3. Skillet now a little bit far behind, maybe. He's got to follow the DRS and follow the line that S-Cube takes. And maybe think of a move into the fourth corner. Unless he's gaining. He looks to the inside, it's not there. But he's made S-Cube drive a little bit defensive. He could maybe get a good run. And into the fourth corner here. He's got to get in the slipstream. As he does very nicely, but he looks a little bit far behind. Is he going to try to make S-Cube go defensive? S-Cube's wise to it though. And now S-Cube needs to think about building that gap. But also think, let's not make a mistake and let this guy into it. Similar to what Skillet himself did. He's now coming into the 9-10 hairpin complex. He looks a little bit far behind. He doesn't make the same mistake he made last time. He turns in a little bit early though. And you know, unless he can get close through this final sector, I think that might be S-Cube away. Oh, he misses the apex there. He's struggling on his first set of tyres. Maybe he dives into the pits now and tries to find an extra position that way. Try to do the old undercut. He does look a little bit too far behind now. Might be starting to fall into the grasps of P3. But you can never know too much. He dives into the pits. I am a god at reading strategy, as they say. Have a look now. Anybody else in a battle? We actually have quite a nice, tasty battle there. If I can have a look here. Wombo falling through the grid. Unfortunately for him. Ian right on his tail. We've got side by side. Oh no! What have you done there? Oh dear. This has gone horribly wrong. Vioxic's got the place. But Crystal goes back up the inside. Oh, not quite to be on this occasion. Let's have a look here as Crystal looking for 5th place. Not quite close enough as of yet. There's people going side by side in the background. It's Wombo getting overtaken by Nick, I think that is. But he gets the position back with the undercut, undercut, I don't know. Number 12. But he gets the position back. And it's not Nick indeed. It is, in fact, everybody's favourite, Ian. Got side-by-side action up ahead, maybe? No, this is Nick, however. Sauber's line astern right now. That might not be for long. As Nick looking all over the back of Crystal Catcher. He goes to the outside, Crystal to the inside. Goes round there. He looks a little bit understeery as it goes side by side through the S section, and that was a nice move there by Nick. He gets the position for now, but DRS coming up. Crystal could have a chance back. Also, actually, now I think about it, it could be more Nick could have a shout at Vioxic in the... I almost said Alfa Romeo for some reason. I don't know. Oh, but he goes wide! Very, very wide indeed. Crystal now on the back of him. Maybe with a slight straight line speed advantage. As we see here, they've both got DRS. Crystal, though, with a better exit, has got more speed off the corner. He goes up the inside, and they break a little bit late. And Nick, oh, Nick, he just crumbles under the pressure. And moves down into P7. His teammate is now looking at his diffuser. Look a little bit further down as well. Yam not having the best of races. It's actually on the back of Skilnick, who's just come out of the pits, actually. That is very interesting indeed. Samster in 14th. Tex not having the greatest of races. Maybe has already pit. As he actually gains a position on Bahamut as he pits. Salar, another driver who I would expect to be a little bit further up the grid at the sharp end, but we'll have a look towards S-Cube, who is still in the lead of this race and still not in the pits as of yet. Then got Karnak, who has actually got a very angry Williams behind him in Milik, who now, I wonder, in the next few laps, will he be right on the back of the man who stole the race win from him last time out in the pre-season race. Also, Phil, a very, very quiet assassin at the moment, just behind these two in what is P4, 5, 4, 4 currently. But S-Cube on the softest tyre available at this race weekend could be throwing up something. So in theory this could be a battle for the win again, and Jetskov has joined again, even though the race is already 12 laps in. He can't do much from there, unfortunately for him. There you can see the race leader and the following trio, as Phil in the background gets very sideways actually. Now we can see Milik. He's right up the rear end. He has caught him on the harder compounds as well. That has got to feel very, very good for the Williams driver. He now goes through the essence of setting up an overtake right now, or maybe he's going to go a little bit earlier. I wouldn't do it if I were you, but he's going to get DRS no matter what. He places it wise, trying to maybe scare off the defense from Karnak. So now we're going to have a look on the inside, and Karnak pulls into the pits because he doesn't want to entertain me, unfortunately. Somewhere as well, Nick has gone into the pits, or something along those lines. Let's have a look then. Let's have a look where our pitter is at the moment. That's worrying, I can't find him. Oh, there he is. He's managed to get his way back up into 7th place. Currently behind Nick, actually. Now 6th as Phil is that who pits, not as Karnak, who's just coming out of the pits now. And actually, that is very interesting. Skillock, he was actually ahead of Karnak, wasn't he? So maybe the undercut hasn't worked quite as well as he was expecting. Because now he is just about ahead of Karnak. Maybe the overcut is the way to go here in today's race. It's controversial indeed, but it is the way the race is seeming to shape up as there. Karnak runs a little bit wide. Not quite going to expose himself yet to an overtake. As he's managed to get up into 5th place currently. SQ has... As SQ pitted and managed to jump into P4, that is impressive by the Scuderia Ferrari driver. As Phillips currently in P2. Might be able to get the race lead. Actually, not yet. Mika continues to go. Milik even. I don't know why I said Mika. Phil continues to go. Vioxic, I believe he will be coming in. Oh, he's on the mediums as well. He continues to go as well. S-Cube, inferior race leader, in P4 at the moment. It's interesting indeed. Ian in P5, Skillet in P6, Karnak in P7, DNX Rage in P8, Yarmolenko in P9. Samster getting very, very scary at the moment to Crystal Catcher as they go side by side. Here, we'll look on board with Samster as he's done the cutback move. It's very, very nice indeed. He gets his elbows out a little bit, but it's not. It's to no avail, but he might actually have a chance here as on the position scale. So look, he's up the inside. But the cutback move from Crystal's there, and he gets it. Oh, it's beautiful racing between these two. And now Samster is under a little bit from pressure from Nick. But this E-grid here is looking very nice indeed. Little trio of drivers. He's had a bad exit as well, and Nick's now... Oh no, like, look, from the camera angle, it looked like he was just getting a wheel behind. But now, will we find that our race leader, our final points position is now going to be under threat from the Force India? But no, it's the Force India that's under threat from Nick as he gets up the inside and gets the position for P11. Only one more position now to the start of the points. As wow, that would have been an interesting dive bomb from that far back. P14 at the moment. A little bit of a boring race. Salah not having the same luck as his teammate at the moment, unfortunately for him. As Vioxic is now currently in P2, as Phil has pitted. Let's see where he has come out. He has indeed come out behind the three in front of him. Let's have a look at where Skillock is, and this is a race for inferior P2. Karnak up the inside. They go side by side. He's got the move. Done on Skillock indeed. DNX Rage a little 4 positions behind, and here we see Crystal Catcher under threat now from Nick. We saw it was a while ago the Force India under threat. It is now Crystal Catcher in P9 under threat indeed, as we see them going into the turn 9-10 complex, which is very difficult indeed. He's right all over him. He made a move here on Samster a little bit earlier. He goes a little bit more defensive though, does Crystal Catcher, and Nick is forced to swiggle away. He somehow finds a space open on the inside. He takes that space and he takes the position. Very nice overtake by him indeed. That is one for the scrapbook for sure. And we'll have a look to see if Nick will be under threat from the DRS. Oh, if Crystal goes that wide, it's not going to be. I think that's going to be Crystal out of this P9 battle for now. As we can see, he's really not closing up, is he? It's unfortunate, but it is the way it is. So look at Phil, who's actually under pressure from DNX Rage. I'm not sure what the battle list is for at the moment. I'm guessing P4, P5. But due to the safety car at the start, the test strategies are out the window. We'll only be able to tell who's going to win this race when that checkered flag is flown, as they say. You know, Phillips getting a massive luck up there indeed. As we look for a battle. Right, SQ a mile away. No way we're looking at him. But still, not in the lead of this race, and probably what will become the lead once everything has sorted out. Vioxic in P2, Milik in P1, into the pits. This is going to be interesting. SQ 15 seconds behind. I think he's got him covered. I believe he does as well. Pretty much there. SQ, that's not what I wanted to do. Skillets, will he have him covered? That's the question. As you can see there, I'm coming down pit row at the moment. It's going to be close. I'm trying to find him. There he is. He gets in between the Red Bull racing car of Skillets and the Renault Formula 1 team of Phil. I think Renault this season are going to be a force to be reckoned with. As Karnak, a very experienced driver, and Phil, as you can see, also very good at the moment. A few positions behind. Other ones for contention, I think the Ferraris as well. S-Cube winning the race, as I said a little bit earlier, currently. Very fast driver. His teammate Salah also in for a shout of a couple of good, decent results. Not driving fantastically at the moment. But that is the way to go. As we can see, no, these three fighting over what is currently P4, but could be P3 once there will be P3 once Vioxic in the lead hits. I think, is there somebody else? No, there's not somebody else in front. Just Vioxic at the moment. Milik getting a little bit sideways there. Don't know why he's out of the slipstream already, but it's not going to bother him because he's already side by side. And Phil, he spots the car that's going faster. They're going to go 3 wide. Oh my! Actually, no, they're not. It was just the camera. Milik's going to get through. Very nice overtake from him. But we're now more interested in Phil, and he's got the move on Skilletic as well, who had to bend to the Williams car. Very nice indeed. Not for Skillets, but for everybody else. Indeed, but he looks up the inside. Oh, a little bit of wheel banging. I think that was a little bit too late for Skillets to blame it on the Renault car of Phil. And luckily, neither of them were actually taken out. Just a little bit of sideways action for the Red Bull car. Still, I believe this is our most interesting battle currently. You can see 3 drivers. Very colourful as well. 1 purple one, 1 yellow one, and 1 white one. As you can see in the ground, in the background, DNX Rage looking there for a surprise, maybe, to get back into the high scoring points. Still P6, not too bad currently, but you'd want to be higher. I think Skillix might be a little bit too far behind, but we'll have a look on board with Phil. Oh, I don't like that camera. Let me back on. Nope. Cut me out. Cut me out. Cut me out. What is this? How do you change camera? Oh dear. Professionalism at its key. There we go. We're right on this board. He looks a little bit too far behind. What Skillet's like on... Oh, Skillet's really messed up there. He's miles behind. As you can see, actually, interesting at the moment. I believe S-Cube's gap is coming down. It is being sliced like a good cake at the moment, and hopefully the people eating the cake will be me and you watching. Sadly, no actual cakes during this stream. I would be very happy, and oh, that's not going to help Karnak, is it? Running a little bit wide down through there. Milik and P3 also catching. Phil has, yeah, well, he's close now, isn't he? That isn't bad. We could see 2 Renault drivers on the podium. From talking to Phil before the race, he does want to be winning races and getting on podiums like anybody would. So we'll look here. He's definitely within striking range of the white Williams currently. I think Milik's just gained a little bit of time of him off that final corner. As oh my god, every single time I watch it, it just makes me nervous. The amount of lockups. Milik, I thought for a second that was going into the pits. If we were using natural rules, he would be given a penalty for that, as he goes now to the outside and gets the move defended. That we went wrong Renault. Wrong Renault. See Milik and Phil fighting over what is P3, the final podium position. And as I say, it will be interesting. Karnak might be able to get the race leader as well. So it's looking good for the Renault boys at the moment. They do look a force to be contended with. There we see now Milik. DNX Rage has left the session. Oh dear. Has he been tangled with somewhere? As Nick's managed to get up in the B3, fair play to him. But we're not interested in that battle currently, as of now. DNX Rage rejoins. He might have just had a slight game crash there or something. Hence why we have the friends only settings on. As Milik is forced to go defensive, this could really hurt him, because no matter what, Phil's going to get the DRS. He gets the cutback line. He's got more speed at the moment. He's not quite side by side, but with the DRS that will certainly help. Milik, I think, is going to have to concede this one. He is. And wow. Wow. Phil with a big lock-up as well. Just showing, haha, I'm in front of you. Pretty much. We'll go through our field and see what other things are happening. So let's in P7. We have a battle here for P8 and P9. Ian coming up on DNX Rage. It's a little bit far behind for that, actually, as of now. We'll watch it from there. Is he knocking on and off the DRS? I think he was there for a second. Not too sure what all that's about. Crystal, not in our final position. I don't know why this guy keeps joining. Yarmolenko in our final points position as of now. You can see we'll quickly go through the rest of the runnings for you guys at the moment, so you can have a look, see where everybody is. S-Cube obviously out there in front. The gap has come down from Karnak. He might be in DRS range, but I think our main battle has got to be here. The soft tyres seem to be working a lot better on these Renaults at the moment than they are on any other car. Both Milik and S-Cube on the harder mediums. Seems to be working out quite alright, as we could actually be nearing a final pit stop for anybody. Anybody going to take a risk and jump onto the soft tyres? I don't know. It's going to be a question indeed. Nope, that actually takes 3/10 out of the leader on that lap. As you can see, the gap there between them is a little bit interesting. It is a little bit interesting indeed. Wondering here who is going to be in position
I've actually had a look here on our live chat. It's DNTX Rage, not DTN Rage, which I've probably been saying, so I apologise for that. I've only seen that now. And Gimp
from last season laughing at us for causing a safety car, which is not very funny at all, is it? Let's face it. I think it's a bit of a gap at the moment. It's going to be a few laps for this one to cook up, I think. Let's have a look, see if we can see an interesting battle somewhere else. Down in the positions. DNTX Rage. Hope you like that, bro. On the back of Nick Van Leeuwen, which I must say, Dutch pronunciation, very much on point. I don't think he's close enough as of now. Yarmolenko under pressure from his teammate. We've got the battle for Mercedes. That was it's lap 22 of 29. Probably lap 21 for these guys as they're a little bit further behind, and now I'm talking into a cup, you probably can't understand me. But we'll cut away from that, as I don't think that should be when I go into co-commentator mode. Like, so how is the race going for you at the moment? It's going alright. I think that Crystal Catcher might have DRS here. So he looks up the inside. I don't know why he didn't cut back there, trying to get the better line into the final corner. I don't like doing that either, so I don't know why I'm doing it. And Yarmolenko goes into the pits. Wait, I mean, what is the point? What is the point? Konak has pitted onto the super soft tyres. Sound the alarms. Oh dear. Will Phil, his teammate, continue with that trend and go diving into the pits to get on a new spanking new set of the red tyres? And also will so there's a little bit of a blister there almost, but not quite. And will the other two on the harder mediums be okay till the end? Vioxic as well might have to pit again. And will there be any love lost between Konak and Vioxic? As both of them former teammates, of course, last season, the winners in the Mana car. Skullox in P8 sort of dropped off a little bit there, but that's okay. It's all happened. TX Rage has dropped off as well. He's one position for, wow. One position in, 2 positions from, who's in between? Tell me. No, Crystal Catcher in P9. And will Phil pit? There is your answer indeed. For the final few laps, Gum has also left the session, unfortunately. The Dane, which is unfortunate. The Renaults now line astern in their charge back up the grid. I don't know if anybody else will be pitting this race. Vioxic is our maybe. Milik, I don't think so. And S-Cube, I don't think so either. It's telling him on his dash, though, to pit. This doesn't tell his teammate, who's unfortunately in 18th place, which is not really where everybody wants to be. S-Cube's dash is also telling him to pit. As Vioxic, could he be the silent assassin? Oh, he's coming up on the different Williams. He was getting me excited there. I thought he was coming up on the rear of Milik. Neither Milik or the red car pit. I don't think, I'll be honest here, I don't think the Renaults will be able to catch up to the 2 leaders. I think they're going to have to go for P3 here, if even. It's a strategy here that I don't think is going to pay off. It'll be interesting indeed to see how we go throughout this last few laps. Will one of the two front runners get a puncher? And will we see that interesting scenario happen? And Phil, right on the back of his teammate, Obviously, you think the number 1 driver here is Karnak, who finished P3 last season. It was a guess, I'll be honest. Maybe P4, I think, last season. So a very good drive from him last season over the 21 races. This time only 9, and he is coming under threat from his teammates already in Phil, who has filled in a good role from Gimp. They're definitely big shoes to fill, but he's doing a good job of it so far in P5. He's looking like he could get an overtake at any time soon. Gump's game has unfortunately crashed, which is sad to see indeed for you, man. P17 Bahamas is getting out of the way very nicely, but that is not what we want to see at the moment. We want to see the battle of the Renaults, and it's Phil up the inside, and oh my, the Williams almost got some sort of involvement in that, and that is interesting. No team orders in the Renault camp as of right now. Karnak overtaken by Phil. A few laps left to go at the moment. The Renault's on a charge. The problem they have is the best position I can see them getting here is P3. But if they keep fighting among themselves, will Karnak be not Karnak, Vioxic be able to sneak away with that P3? It's a very real possibility. I'm sure neither Renault car will want that to happen. As we can see, actually, Vioxic is about to fall into the clutches. And also, talking about falling into clutches, we have Lieutenant Dan adding us on Steam. Don't know who you are, Mr. Dan, but I hear you're a pretty good lieutenant. We have got Milik up behind the red car of the Scuderia of our race leader. More impressively, so we've got a couple of battles going on here for up the grid. I'm sorry for anybody who's interested in a little bit further behind. I normally do try to spread the action throughout, but the race is interesting up at the top of the grid, so that is where we're going to stay. And there's a Force India. Fair play to him getting right off the track to let the leaders through, and I do like to see that. It's very nice when the leader gets out the way. The leader gets out the way. The blue flag cars get out the way. I know it's bad for their race, but you've got to think of it from the other point of view as well. S-Cube now, wowee, he's right in the clutches of the Williams car, the Hungarian Milik. Right up behind, he's made S-Cube go defensive on the medium tyres, as he didn't seem that fast at the start of the stint. I probably am imagining he has kept his tyres a little bit better, so we can push forward now to finish this race with a good position, and hopefully be able to give us a little bit of a tasty battle. And when I say tasty, I mean he's going to absolutely smash him through DRS, isn't he? We know what's going to happen here. 2 laps left, I think that is, and that is interesting indeed, as Milik goes very to the inside. He's got the position, he's made it stick. S-Cube though, he's a fighter, but he's going to have to yield as of for now. Hopefully in the background we'll be able to see the other battle as well. Maybe not. Oh, and we see the other battle of Renault up the inside. Is that Phil up the inside of Vioxic? We'll have a look now as they go through the twisty section. It is indeed Phil moving into a podium position. He's pulled away from his teammate Karnak quite a bit there. That is interesting. Karnak now pushing on his former teammate. Split teams from Mana with a good showing last season. One going to McLaren team, the other going to Renault, and is expecting big things of this season, I am sure. Milik still in the lead. from S-Cube. And what is the gap at the moment? It's 6/10. S-Cube is not going to give that one up too easily, as you can imagine. And Shotty is also added, mate. Shotty, good shots. And Skillet's left the session. That is unfortunate. What has happened there? We're trying to balance between watching two races at the same time. S-Cube now 8/10 behind the leader. He might struggle to jump that gap. But we can only hope. We can only hope, I'll be honest, for our entertainment. As we'll cut back now to Nick. Why are we cutting to Nick? We want to cut to Karnak as he's coming on his teammates. Not that... No. That was not a good choice of words by me, but you know what I mean. As he goes up into the fourth corner now. He's still behind Vioxic, his former teammate, of course, as I've said about 50 million times. The cutback line not available. Vioxic knows what he's doing, and he knows how Karnak races. We're on the last lap, and I've been invited to Cloud 9. I mean, that's a bit of a jump, isn't it? I'm not that good at CS. Bloody hell. And there's now a mana in between the two, and I think that is Millet going to win this race. A very good showing from him, unless I now commentator curse him, and he now does not win. But we'll jump back to Karnak, see if he can make a move here. It's not looking like it's going to happen. We're going to cut back to the leader and see what he can do here. We're going to have to... We've been invited to the Steam Group position of Zed. Oh, I don't know. At the moment, Milik comes across the line to win the Grand Prix. Oh, what is this coming to? Zilik's in 17th position for your information. P3. Oh, who's got P4 there? I don't know. I can't move. Oh, it's not letting me. What's happened? I don't know who's got P4. It was very tight, as you can see in the background. P2 going to S-Cube, of course. But for P4, they were side by side. I'm not sure who had the nose in front. DNTX Rage comes across the line to finish in P4. For some reason, when they cross the line, I can't change, which is a little bit shit, I'll be honest. I mean, Skillick in P8, Crystal Catcher in P9. Wombo under threat from Yarmolenko for the final points position. Yarmolenko on the super soft tyres as he goes round the outside. What is this? And it's just about going to be a point for the Toro Rosso driver. That's very impressive, that indeed. I mean, somebody's found out that they can see this on the screen and they're finding it very hilarious. What is this? I'm being invited to all the groups now. Samster will come across the line to, unfortunately, not get any points for him. P14, Salah in P13. And those are the only two left to complete the race. So we'll go for a quick final... Oh gosh, it's come up. I wanted a glass of water, but apparently not. Milik from S-Cube, from Phil, from Karnak, from Vioxic, from Nick, from DNTX Rage, from Skillick, from S-Cube. From S-Cube? How did I get S-Cube from Crystal Catcher? I'll never know. From Wombeto, from Yarmolenko, from Ian, from Salah, from Samster, from Storm, from Zed Tights, from Bahamut, from Gump. Obviously me in the last position. A good race then, overall. Congratulations to Milik, who started P1 and finished P1. I'll be honest, didn't look like he was going to until the last stint where he was able to save his tyres and overtake S-Cube in the final few laps. Thank you all for watching, and we shall see what happens next time at Germany.